Hello everybody and welcome back to 428 Shibuya Scramble. So, we're on to the next time block, the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock time block. I think I'm going to start with Achi, because Achi was one of the interesting endings from the noon to 1 time block. Assassin and Kidnapper. So, I'm going to go ahead and go with this one, because I'm very interested to see how this ends up playing out. The man with the cane crooked his finger on the trigger. Achi stepped in front of Hitomi, shielding her with his body. If you want to shoot her, you have to shoot me, too. Yo? Suddenly, the assassin's head jerked forward. He pitched face first onto the pavement and lay still, revealing a foreign man standing behind him. Yo, it's that guy! It's that guy! It's the fucking guy who originally had the briefcase, pretty sure. Clutching a metal pipe. Hitomi, Achi asked. You know that guy? Hitomi's eyes went wide. That's the man from the Scramble. The one who told me to go into the van. Wait, one of the kidnappers? Why would he help us? I'm not sure. The newcomer fixed his eyes on Achi. Hey man, Achi approached the stranger. I'm not sure what's going on here, but thanks for the assist. Whoa! The man suddenly took a swing with his pipe. Achi barely managed to dodge out of the way. What the hell? Once again, Achi made sure Hitomi was safely behind him. Guess I gotta let my fist do the talking. Achi quickly adopted a fighting stance. Be careful, Hitomi warned, her voice trembling. Don't worry, it's just a pipe. I'll just snatch it away from him and make sure he tells us where your sister is. Achi judged the distance between them carefully as he stared his opponent down. The metal pipe gave this thug considerable reach. One solid hit from that thing and Achi wouldn't stand a chance. He needed to end this in one punch. The crook sized him up for a few moments, then lunged forward to attack. Now! Achi sidestepped to avoid the incoming blow, then delivered a vicious left hook to his adversary's jaw. The man went down hard. What a Chad. Achi gazed at his fallen foe, flexing his knuckles. The thing about guys who bring weapons to fights is they always let themselves get too cocky. Skull? He looked the guy over. The man had a tattoo peeking from one of his ratty sleeves. Come on, buddy. You can't clock out just yet, Achi said. Get up. I've got a few questions for you. He knelt down to grab the man by his collar. Oh. Halfway to his feet, the man pulled a gun from his breast pocket. Whoa! Didn't know you were packing heat! Achi took a step backwards. The man's eyes brimmed with rage. He looked ready to pull the trigger at any moment, but he didn't get the chance. The man with the cane had regained consciousness. Back on his feet, he trained his own gun on the foreigner. The foreigner quickly shifted his attention to the other gunman. Oh no, you don't! Achi darted forward and kicked the kidnapper in the hand as hard as he could. The gun went flying from his grasp. With a low snarl, the man took up the metal pipe again. Rather than go for Achi, however, he charged the man with the cane. What the? Achi watched in astonishment as the two men grappled. Now's our chance! Grabbing Hitomi by the hand, Achi broke into a run. What the fuck is happening? They ran for a long time, finally stopping to rest in a quiet municipal park. As they sat catching their breath, Achi sensed a new tension in Hitomi. She hadn't said a word since their last escape. She has to die, Achi. It's for your own good. In his mind, Achi replayed what the man with the cane had said. So, Hitomi, Achi hesitated, about what happened back there. Yeah? She sounded like she'd been far gone in her own thoughts. You gotta believe me. I have no idea who that guy was. Never seen him before in my life. He must have been saying that stuff to confuse us, to trip us up. Yeah? Hitomi said again. Is that what's been bothering you? Huh? Now it was Achi's turn to go monosyllabic. Well, Achi, you're kind of famous around Shibuya, right? I don't know about that. Way back when, he'd been the leader of SOS. Nowadays, he was just some guy who picked up trash. There was nothing to brag about. When someone's famous, it's not unusual for someone else to recognize them and know their name. So yeah, I was surprised back there, but no matter what that man may have said, I trust you. I mean, look at how many times you've put yourself in danger to protect me. Hitomi sounded pretty resolute. Achi was glad that she believed him, but that raised another question. So then, how come you've been so quiet? I've just been thinking about things. Like what the man from the Scramble might be after. It was true that his actions didn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, he seemed more interested in taking out the man with the cane than going after you. Maybe there's bad blood between them. Achi let out a light chuckle. If we're lucky, maybe they'll take each other out for us. He felt a rush of relief, reassured that Hitomi didn't doubt his motives. Regardless, though, we have to track down that blue van. The sound of a child's cry came from behind them. Turning to look, they saw the kidnapper rushing toward them. He had knocked over a little girl who was in the way. Oh my god, is that Toyama? No rest for the weary, Achi sighed. Yet again, he and Hitomi sprinted away. Do you think he took out the guy with the cane? Oh. Hitomi's words came panting up. She gets really worked up. Wait, she's running. Maybe. Achi glanced back at the pursuer. What? There was someone else with him. Now they were being chased by two foreigners. I like this better than was just running from one guy with a cane. In a one-on-one fight, Achi was confident he could keep Hitomi safe. One-on-two, though, was a different story. One guy might get a hold of her while he was facing off against the other. He had to make sure they lost those creeps no matter what. I'm already at keep out, damn it. Also, if I do slightly different voices for some of the characters, it's because it's been a while since I've played this game. I ran my voice ragged the last time I played this game because I did it non-stop. And then I took a break to recuperate my voice. It's like the first time I played this was, I want to say June 26th or something like that, and it is currently July 2nd. So it's like I did like all of this in basically one session, in one very long session. And now I'm back at it. So yeah. Okay, interesting. But not a lot to go off of. I want to leave Kano. I want to leave Kano there for a bit. So let's do the sales demo. Actually, no. Sales demo is probably going to be locked behind Tama. So let's do Tama. Balls of burning hammer litter the pavement, shattered into tiny bits of glass. Even if the recycling guy was really careless with the boxes, it shouldn't have caused this much of a mess. It looks like someone came along and actually threw them all over the place. This cat is so fucking dead inside. The heck with this thing! Oh. The heck with this thing! I don't know who's talking. I toss away the Miracle Stone, which has clearly brought me only bad luck. You can't have a product demo without a product, which in turn means I won't get paid for this whole fiasco. Okay, we can do this. We can figure something out. I try to give myself a pep talk, but I hear the doubt in my own voice. I try to brainstorm anyway. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I rack my mind for the best course of action, and at last I arrive at a conclusion. I feel like this is a bad ending. Let's do it. I'll just have to find something else to sell. But what could that something be? I try to think. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I rack my brain, searching desperately for a solution. The Anagachis? Nah, not exactly a must-have product. And even if we could sell a few, I don't know what they'd say about the folks carrying them around. Best for the whole world if we keep them off the streets. Let's see, what else? Ah! Aha! I've got it! I pick up the Miracle Stone I just tossed away, clutching it firmly in my mitt. I tilt my gaze towards the heavens and make a wish. Please, grant me a miracle. Final Fantasy music just starts playing, and my wish was granted.
I'd like one, please. I'll take 10. The Shibuya can barely keep up with the demand as the crowd clamors for their miracle stones. Everyone is smiling and laughing, their bodies enthusiastically swaying to and fro. You are happy. And you are happy. You are all very, very happy. Standing on stage, I held up my miracle stone, swinging it like a pendulum as I recite my magic little chant. Bye-bye! Buy a miracle stone. Stone. Oh, stone. Stone. There's no way this is the actual outcome. The room vibrates with a cheering and rumbles with applause. It really is like a miracle. I think I've actually turned this disaster around. Whoever smashed all the burning hammer, I don't know who you are or where you are, but thank you. I realize now that I'm crying tears of joy. I've never felt satisfaction like I feel right now, seeing all these blissful customers purchasing one miracle stone after another. It feels like nothing could possibly go wrong. Honestly, I'm just grateful to God that I get to be here right now. There's no way this is a bad end. I have the utmost conviction that this is where my life truly begins. This is a bad end.
100%.
It's not long after that epic sales event that I'm hired by Yamato Health Foods Company Limited.
Pretty soon after, I'm on a plane bound for South America. I'm on a business trip to purchase our next product, Amazonian Miracle Mud. No! No! Tama, no! South American business trip. Tama prospers in her new life as an employee of Yamato Health Foods Company Limited. This is but one possible future for her, and hey, maybe it's even a pretty decent one. Still, wouldn't you like to see what happens if she sticks to Burning Hammer? I do. I do. Are they truly bad endings if everyone gets what they want? What am I selling? I'm selling Burning Hammer, of course. I arrive at a conclusion. Somehow or another, I'm going to have to sell some Burning Hammer. Flyers have already been handed out. People have come to the demo expecting to get Burning Hammer. I may have to put it into some new bottles, and possibly water it down some. But getting this stuff sold is my only option. My eyes alight on one of the cardboard boxes, and I notice an odd mark that's stamped on it. Wait a sec. I've seen this before. I recall something Cheery said earlier. This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100 yen shops or something. Mark on the box is the same I saw in the shop that's selling the necklace. That's it! I could see if there's more at the knick-knack shop.
Guided by this ray of hope, I head for the knick-knack shop as fast as I can run. A glimmer, a sliver, the ever-dwindling light in the distance. Point is, there's not much.
Cheery! As soon as I reach the main road, I crash right into someone. It's Cheery. Oh, hey! You find it? She asks. She makes it sound like it's not really her problem. Not yet, but I think we could stock up at the 100 yen shop. The words are hard to get out when I'm panting as hard as I am. For now, just stay calm and go let the boss know. Got it. Leave it to me. Cheery nods, and I break back into a run.
I'm practically praying as I rush into the knick-knack shop, where I immediately spot the cardboard boxes I saw earlier, still stacked up. Yes, I'm in luck. I dive into one of the boxes to check what's inside. Is it actually Burning Hammer? Oh my goodness, it's packed with tiny bottles. There's no mistaking the noxious red liquid inside. That's Burning Hammer, alright. There's 50 bottles per box, and there are 4 boxes total. Assuming each bottle is 100 yen including tax, I can buy the whole lot with the 20,000 I've got in my wallet. Mr. Yanagashita said he was selling bottles at the demo for 15,000 yen a piece. That way, if we sell all 200 bottles, he'll be able to pay back his debts in no problem. Whoa, what's the deal with you? The sales clerk's eyes go wide when he sees my getup.
This stuff! I'd like your entire stock.
I point at the Burning Hammer and the clerk makes an awkward face. I'm afraid that's already been sold. What? You mean like all of it? Nobody in their right mind could possibly want all of this. Yes, all of it, I'm afraid. Well, I'm not going to roll over that easily. Whether I earn that extra 20,000 or not hinges on whether I can get that stuff. Please, you've got to help me out. I'm afraid it's out of my hands. Could you get in touch with the buyer? Tell them I'm willing to negotiate. I suppose that wouldn't be an issue, but... Actually, would you mind waiting for just a moment? She said she'd be by ASAP.
Who is she? After 5 minutes of waiting, the buyer still hadn't shown up. I don't think she's coming, I say. That's odd, the sales clerk murmurs. She said on the phone she'd be by just after 1 o'clock to pick them up. I really need this right away. I understand that, but please. It's out of my hands. But now the sales demo has already started. If I come back empty-handed, what was the point of all this effort? Gimme. Gimme. I've already said I can't do that. Gimme! Would you please wait a moment? Grr, why did I spend all this time trying to hand out samples? Why did I put this stupid costume on? Why did I miss out on lunch? Why? What was it all for?
Eek! Look over there! It's the Chupacabra! Huh? Yoink. Seizing the moment, I snatch up the box of Burning Hammer and make a run for it. Hey, hold it right there, miss! Sales clerk is quick to bar my path. Woof! I barrel my way right past him. I bump him harder than I intended as I race by. He loses his balance and goes crashing into the display case at the front of his shop. At the same time, I hear something else topple over with a thud and a gurgle. Some sort of liquid begins to gush from a red polyethylene container. Uh-oh! The sales clerk goes wide, his stare fixed on something on the sidewalk nearby.
It's a cigarette.
Did we literally just fucking blow up the place when trying to steal Burning Hammer? The
burning butt ignites the liquid in a sudden massive blaze. No fucking way. And now for today's news. Shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon, there was an explosion at a variety store in Uragawacho in Shibuya, the cause of which remains unknown. Eyewitnesses report seeing an individual wearing a full-body cat costume fleeing the scene in the aftermath of the explosion. Please consider this individual a person of interest, and have not ruled out the possibility that this bombing was a terrorist act. Several hours after the incident, the cat remains at large. What do you mean? Fled the country! Tama wound up as the prime suspect in an apparent terrorist bombing. If the buyer had shown up earlier, Tama's argument with the sales clerk might never have happened, to say nothing of the rest. As a matter of fact, the buyer was just outside the shop at the critical moment. She was held up when she happened to run into someone. Someone's actions at 13:05 are the key to changing Tama's fate. 13:05, huh? Alright, let's do Minorikawa. Sales demo.
Right. Left. Minorikawa sprinted down Sensorgai, dodging between oncoming pedestrians. Out of my way! Can't you people see I'm in a hurry? He stole a glimpse of his watch as he ran. It was just after 1 o'clock. The Burning Hammer sales demo would be getting underway any moment now. He could probably get an interview even if he showed up late. Still, he wanted to get to the venue ASAP to get a feel for things before they got started. The best time to scope out an event was before it started and after it ended. This was something he'd learned from Toyama. Everything he knew about journalism, the publisher had taught him. It had been a combative education. Minorikawa learning despite himself as the two men constantly butted heads.
Oh, give me a break. What's wrong with my article? Minorikawa shouted. His voice was loud enough to carry throughout the editing department. Shut up! Told you to rewrite it, so rewrite it! Toyama sticking to his guns. Minorikawa recalled the scene from the days when the two men had worked at the same newspaper and Toyama was his boss. At the time, Toyama was the copy editor for local news known as the Red Pen Gatekeeper. He would go around checking young reporters' copy like mad. Due to his vigorous efforts, a great many articles never made it to the page. What's wrong with it? Show me what's wrong.
All of it. How can it be all of it? Co-workers stared, keeping their distance as the pair screamed themselves red in the face. These arguments had become a regular occurrence, regular enough that everyone had learned not to try to intervene. I poured my heart and soul into that piece. Go back and read it again. I could read it over and over and it'd still be the same thing. A load of self-important claptrap. Now go down and write me a more neutral piece.
Taking neutral of two opposing sides. The media typically seeks to adopt a neutral stance in reporting the news. Frequently, however, vice reporting still results in one-sided thinking taking hold amongst the general public. In the end, it is up to the individual to make an objective assessment of any news event. Calm down. You must be joking. I write what I feel in my heart. That's one thing I refuse to back down on. Then it's the one thing that'll keep getting your copy rejected. Aren't you the one who told me to be bold and daring with my writing? Yeah, I did, but I don't remember telling you to write me garbage. By now, Minorikawa and Toyama were practically at each other's throats. Still, despite these almost daily shouting matches, Minorikawa never resented Toyama. Not really. How could he write a piece in a way that would shut Toyama up? Trying to figure that out was how he would have developed his skills as a reporter. Up until he quit his position at the newspaper to start his own publishing company, Toyama had been a stubborn old man in the finest sense of the term. Now a dying breed in Japan, the sort who'd be inclined to use knuckles before words to remedy a child's bad behavior, inflexible but still emotionally brittle. Their signature move is to drive a wayward kid out of the house with the exclamation, "You fool! You're no son of mine! I disown you!" Only to wait a while, go find the son who's crying up a dry riverbed and calmly murmur, "Come on, your supper's getting cold." But then, in order to keep his company afloat, at some point he had abandoned all his ideals and principles. It was disgraceful. Just disgraceful. Thinking about it made Minorikawa's blood boil. It rankled him to know that such a pathetic remnant of a man had been such an influence on him. He reminded himself once again that he needed to wrap up his current job as soon as possible. By now, Minorikawa was getting close to the demo site. He increased his speed. He wound up barreling right into someone who was walking into a knick-knack shop. A newly opened general variety store. The place is primarily a second-hand shop, with posters inside proclaiming things like, "We'll take what you don't need," and "We buy computers at top prices." It was a girl, about high school age. She jumped to her feet, then snatched Minorikawa by the collar. "Hey, watch where you're going," she snapped. Her upper body strength was impressive, to say the least. The chokehold she had on his neck made it almost impossible for him to breathe. He had to do something fast. "Take this!" He drove a punch right into the girl's flank. To his amazement, the girl shrugged off the blow as if it were nothing, her grip on his collar tightening further. "Oh, you want to throw down, huh?" she sneered. Shifting position suddenly, she snatched Minorikawa by the hair and dragged him out into the road! Before he could process the trouble he was in, it was already too late. He cowered away from her, shielding his face with his arms, only to feel the impact of a rain of punches and kicks on his exposed back and side. Pain shot through his body as each blow landed with a perversely satisfying thump. And then the pain continued to intensify. Ah, crap. I'm going to die here, aren't I? Never thought my life would end so soon. Huh? His assailant paused suddenly. "Wait, don't I know you?" She stared down onto his face.
Hey, you're Mr. Minorikawa. Shocked to hear his own name, Minorikawa peered up at the girl. Miku? Yeah! Wow, so you do remember me. Her tone was bubbly, as if the beating she'd been dishing was all fun and games. Sorry, I didn't realize it was you. She held out a hand to help Minorikawa back to his feet. Wow, how long's it been? She asked. About 5 years, I think, he said cautiously. You, still doing your bonsai stuff? Nah, she replied. I gave that up. Miku's been Japanese bonsai champion back when she was in middle school. One day, local delinquents had vandalized dozens of Miku's bonsai pieces. Minorikawa had met her when he interviewed her about the incident. I want to get strong, she said. I want to be able to beat those guys up. And so Minorikawa had introduced Miku to an acquaintance of his who ran a martial arts dojo. Man, you sure have gotten strong, Minorikawa said. Well, that's the sort of gal I am. Miku handed him a flyer. It read, Ladies Mixed Martial Arts Pub Bride. Present this flyer for a free drink. It's a place where you can watch girls fight in the ring while you have some drinks, Miku said. That sounds pretty fun, actually. Minorikawa can feel himself being pulled in all the wrong directions by the prospect. You should come see one of my matches sometime. I'm the current champion there. Miku beamed with pride. Wait, you're the champion? Well, he'd seen firsthand how strong she was. Miku nodded. What are you up to now, she asked. Working? Yeah. Running around, trying to get interviews. Right now I'm heading to... What was it again? The Nokane building, that's it. Oh, I can take you there, she said. I could use the exercise. Now, if you'll beg my pardon. You could casually hefted Minorikawa up onto her back and broke into a jog. Before long, they arrived at the Nokane building. Minorikawa thanked Miku as she set him down on the sidewalk and the two parted ways. At long last, he arrived at the Nokane building, where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about Burning Hammer. Get it or regret it, as seen in magazines. 100% weight loss guaranteed. This is blatantly false advertising. The messaging was kind of a mess. It felt like they'd been thrown together at the last minute. Minorikawa avoided the elevator in favor of the stairs, rushing up to the event site on the 3rd floor. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall pointing the way to the sales demo. He followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs, most of them occupied by female attendants. There was a stage set up at the far end of the room, but nobody was on it. It appeared that the event had yet to begin. Minorikawa quickly looked over the crowd. Roughly half the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. And for some of them, at least, that ship had surely sailed some time ago. The crowd gazed at the stage with rapt anticipation. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Something like that really exists, though? Ah well. Minorikawa was just going to have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Time passed, but the demo didn't start. The audience began grumbling in frustration. Then a heavy-set young woman took the stage and gave a little bow. It was the girl from the cafe, the one with the amazing appetite. The audience broke into applause, their patience finally rewarded.
Or was it? But as everyone leaned forward expectantly, the girl on stage began performing magic tricks! She twirled a silk hat and pulled a bunch of flowers from inside. Sparse applause rose up from the crowd. The young woman immediately went on to perform another trick, and then another. Ta-da! The coin in her hand became 3 coins as she spoke her magic words. She's not very good at this, Minorikawa thought. Though, whether she was good or bad wasn't really the issue. He had a tight schedule to keep. There was no time to stand around watching silly sleight-of-hand antics. Scanning the room, he spotted a man who looked like he was probably in charge. Minorikawa handed over to him. Hey, you the one running this thing? Well, yes. When's the actual sales demo going to start? Soon, very soon, yep. In how many minutes? You know, soon. I asked for a number. Just, soon. Real soon. This was getting him nowhere. 3 minutes, Minorikawa declared. He held up 3 fingers to emphasize his point. This thing doesn't start in 3 minutes. If it doesn't start, then what? I'm just gonna go home. He kept his tone clipped and cool. Hey now, no need for that, sir. Just settle down. Who doesn't like a silly little magic trick now and then? You've got 2 minutes. Hey, a minute can't have passed already. 1 minute. Whoa! Just what kind of watch you got there? Tell me why the demo isn't starting. No real reason, really. The man was getting seriously flustered. I just, wanted folks to get to see a little magic show first. Nope. Try again. 30 seconds left. Okay, alright. What happened is, the required merchandise, What happened to the merchandise? Minorikawa demanded. He gave the guy a dagger stare. Oh, well, it's just, Time's up. What? The man's face went pale. This is so dumb. Alright, hitting the girl. Instead, let's not. Sorry, he bowed his head in apology. He was in too much of a hurry to get caught up in an argument now, but the girl didn't let go. Instead, she tightened her grip. Look, I'm sorry for not looking where I was going. Minorikawa could barely croak out his apology. Oh, fine. I'll let it slide this once, the girl said. She relaxed her hold with a scowl. Wait, hold on. She stared good and hard at Minorikawa's face.
Hey! You're Mr. Minorikawa! Surprised, Minorikawa gave her another look. Miku? Yeah! Wow, so you do remember me! She smiled with delight, apparently forgetting that she'd just been wringing his neck. Wow, how long's it been? She asked. About 5 years, I think. You still doing your bonsai stuff? Nah, gave that up. Alright. The mention of bonsai likely calls to mind elderly hobbyists, but recently the art is attracting more young people, as are other aspects of Japanese-style interior design. Varieties of cherry and maple, smaller than normal bonsai, are becoming popular with practitioners, as are fruit-bearing trees such as plum-leaf apple. There are even spherical balls of soil covered in moss, shaped to look like cute little miniature planets, with plants growing over their surface. Huh, that actually is kind of interesting. Want to get strong so I can beat the shit out of them. Sort of gal I am. Ladies Mixed Martial Arts, Pub Bride, a show pub that began as a side venture for a group of female mixed martial arts fighters who were facing financial difficulties. There is an octagonal ring inside the pub, and the rules state that anything goes between the young women who fight inside. Customers are able to take in the fights while enjoying their drinks. Watch girls fight. Sounds pretty fun. I'm the reigning champion. You're the champion? Yeah, it's a good thing I apologized when I did. In that case, I'll definitely have to swing by sometime soon. Right now, I'm in sort of a hurry, though. Oh, sure. Catch you later, then. She headed into the shop as Minorikawa rushed off toward the sales demo. We're at the Nokane building where the event was being held.
At this point, I think...
Yeah. Alright, and now I can go back to Tama. I'm in luck. The boxes contain Burning Hammer. I need your entire stock. Right now. You said right not.
Okay. There we go. Even as I'm speaking with the sales clerk, a girl wearing a hoodie comes in. She's got a tiny frame and a doe-eyed face. Hey, I've come to pick up something I reserved, she says. This must be the customer the clerk was talking about. Please, pardon my intrusion, but would you be willing to let me have these diet drinks?
I bow extra deep and my costume head wobbles all around.
Wait, what? I'll pay you double what they're worth.
No can do.
I've never seen this brand before. I'm super curious about it.
Surely you don't need this many, though.
I do. I make my living with my body. This is about how much I'll need.
Oh, wow, the sales clerk interjects. What sort of work do you do exactly?
I'm a martial artist.
I found it at a place called Bride. You might have heard of it. It's one of the more popular hotspots in Shibuya these days.
Oh, I know the place, sales clerk says, brimming with sudden excitement.
That pub where they have cosplay martial arts competitions, right?
Hold on, what are you talking about now? What's Bride?
I've seriously never heard of the place. It's a nice light spot where the ladies cosplay as anime characters, but they fight for real.
I've been waiting to check it out, but they've hit their membership cap, the sales clerk explains.
At present, the exclusive bride has already exceeded its allotted number of members, and it is not accepting new ones. Given the buzz about how both the costumes and the fights are really something to see, memberships that are auctioned off online command quite high prices. So then, you might be pretty strong, huh? So then, you might be pretty strong, huh? He says to the girl. Well, I look it, but I'm the current champion. The girl proudly adopts a fighting stance.
Would you accept a challenge from me?
Oh, would you accept a challenge from me? I asked. A challenge? If I win, you have to let me have all of them. The girl breaks into a confident smile. Do you have any idea who you're dealing with here? She asks. I intend to find out.
Oh, wow, the sales clerk exclaims. I have just gotta see this.
I'm glad to have him egging us on.
Well, if you're that set on it, then sure, I accept your challenge. Didn't in the flashback Tama have a ton of strength for seemingly no reason? I feel like Tama's a lot stronger than she looks. Sweet. We've established our terms. This burning hammer may yet be mine. The girl cracks her knuckles, clearly eager for a fight. I've got to win this. Somehow or another, I have got to. I've got to be good at something. Facing off against this fighter is going to show me what I'm made of. I address my opponent. And by challenge, I naturally mean... You know what? Let's have ourselves a straight-up fight! The girl grins nice and wide, like she'd been waiting to hear me say that. Okay, you're on. The name's Miku, by the way. Challenge accepted. I feel like Tama is stronger than she looks. Miku and I march out of the shop out on the pavement, and we stare at each other down. So if you win, I'll let you buy the burning hammer, Miku says. But if I win, I get to keep it, and you have to pay for it. What? Isn't that a little unfair? If you don't like it, then it's no fight, no deal. I don't have the time to rethink this. Alright. Ready whenever you are. Miku does a little brisk shadow boxing, throwing a repeated 1-2 combo. A training technique for boxing involving practicing strikes, guards, and evasions against an opponent who isn't actually there. Whoa, what's the deal? Is something going on? It's a street fight! A number of people pass by, including a businessman, a couple, Achi and Hitomi Osawa. They pass by while running away from some mysterious foreigners, as well as some pretty gruff-looking fellows, and some of them stop to form a small crowd. Asao Ozu and his underling Yutaro Segawa, members of the Tenryu Gumi Yakuza Syndicate. The Tenryu Gumi operates a leading firm called Takarada Financing, and these two have been tasked with collecting outstanding debts. They've already collected debts from one client today. Next, they plan on grabbing lunch before heading off to find their next target. The sales demo has already started by now. I don't have time to goof around. Here. I watch as Miku starts up her footwork.
A left jab. She's quick. I can see why she's the champion. Ay-ya! She immediately follows up with a jab with a wide right hook. A type of punch involves swinging the arms in a wide arc to strike the opponent from the side. In mixed martial arts bouts, it is common to see fighters continue the momentum from a hook to catch the opponent by the arm, transitioning immediately into a takedown and pin. Yo! I jerk aside at the last possible moment to deliver a little swat to Miku's shoulder. Whoa! She slips off balance and pitches forward. Oh, wow, what was that? The crowd started clamoring. Miku rights herself and gets right back into fighting stance. What the? How? She doesn't seem to know what just happened. Hoorah! This time, I watch as she unleashes the kick with her left leg at a distance. On reflex, I bring up my right hand and adopt a guard stance. Gotcha, she calls out. It was a fake. There was a visceral whomp as second kick connects, coming at me from a different angle. Whoa, what gives? My big mascot head serves to cushion the blow to a point that I can barely feel it. Hee-yah! She proceeds to unleash a string of additional kicks with her left leg, trying to defeat my fuzzy armor. Eventually, I catch hold of her foot, holding her off balance. I begin to walk her backwards, making her hop awkwardly on one leg.
A casual flip of my paw, and Mika goes whirling through the air.
Whoa! Oh! Ah!
The crowd erupts into cheering and applause at the spectacle. Whew. You're tough. Who the heck are you? As you can see, I am a cat. A wry smile comes to Miku's face. To think a bride competitor would lose in a street fight. Guess it's time to go back to being an ordinary girl. Today is the day I retire. Phew. Good match there. Miku clasps my hand firmly. But hey, I'm just glad that my last opponent was you.
I hoist up the boxes of the diet drink.
So, how much does this come to? I asked the sales clerk.
He shakes his head. Oh, don't worry about the payment.
You've more than earned it with the spectacular display just now.
That was really something. Heck, even I am shocked at what just happened. It's amazing what a little desperation will do for you.
So that move you used, that was some Aiki Jujitsu?
A traditional Japanese martial art that emphasizes learning to anticipate an opponent's first move and instantaneously counterattack. Skilled practitioners can toss and throw opponents with a simple touch. The art predates the development of the more pacifistic Aikido, and so some dangerous techniques still remain.
Huh? Oh, I guess?
I tilt my head non-committedly.
Come now, no need to be humble. I'm a martial arts fanatic. I know my moves when I see them. Knick-knack shop owner Taisia... Listen, I don't speak Japanese. Taisei? Or is it just Tase? Yasuda. Shop owner Yasuda watches roughly 350 martial arts fights a year. He is particularly fond of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and is thinking about studying it himself. There's a dojo he's been eyeing, but he's rather timid and is thus far only waffled non-committedly outside the entrance to the place. He can call it whatever he wants if he's letting me have the drinks for free. This is going to be a lifesaver. Is that all the shopping you'll be doing with us today? Yes. Actually, come to think of it, I do have one request, I say. Sure thing. Could you please not sell that necklace there? I promise I'll be back to buy it later. Sure, no problem. The sales clerk gives a deep bow. I did it. I managed to solve my burning hammer problem. Now I've just got to get back to the sales demo. Oh, that must be awfully heavy. Here, why don't you use that dolly? The sales clerk indicates the tanned truck over in the corner. Oh, thanks so much. I load the pile of boxes onto the cart and rush back to the Nokane building.
By now the sales demo will be well underway. I need to get back as soon as I can. If there's nothing to buy, the customers are going to leave, and everything I've gone through will have been for nothing. Come on, Tama. You can do it. Just gotta hurry. I charge for the demo,
pushing the dolly ahead of me like a battering ram.
Ah! Oops! Sorry to keep you waiting!
You're late! Where the heck have you been doing? Mr. Yanagashita practically throws himself at me, and the weight must have been killing him. Standing behind him is a man I don't recognize. Who is that guy? He doesn't look like a customer. Okay, Tama, just come with me for a minute. I follow Mr. Yanagashita into the break room. Sorry I'm late. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened. But look, I got the product back. I proudly open up one of the cardboard boxes. Ah! It's Burning Hammer! It really, really is. Yamagashita clutches the box closed, nuzzling it to his cheek. How's the demo going, I ask. I've got Chiri keeping them occupied with some magic tricks. That's not a magic trick. I sneak a peek through the door and see Chiri guzzling orange juice from a gigantic container, draining it in one go. Is that really a magic trick? If it buys us time, it's magic enough. Before long, the last of the juice is gone. Over the corner, I see 6 more huge containers, all likewise empty. It's shocking to think that may have drunk all 7 of those things dry. The audience erupts into sincere applause, like they've forgotten what they originally came here for. Shiri comes back to the break room, positively drenched in sweat. Ugh, I think I should have stuck to doing imitations for a little longer. No, that was fantastic, Shiri, Mr. Yamagashita says. Just fantastic! Thanks to you, I've had enough time to get the burning hammer back. He bows profusely. Alright, now it's time for the main event. Chiri, go out there and guzzle down the burning hammer. Get yourself all drenched in sweat. Got it? Aye aye, boss. And Tama, just go up there, smile all big and say this helped me lose a bunch of weight too. Got it? Got it. Good. Now then, Yanagashita gestures to a man I hadn't noticed before, who's been waiting quietly nearby. Of course, begging your pardon, miss. It's a service rep from the rental shop who proceeds to try to get me out of my mascot suit. Ah! Masamichi Fukuma, employee of a Far East Costume Rentals, the only son of company president Shigemichi Fukuma. He's one of the few people who knows that Shigemichi looks like, as his father is usually clad in a rabbit costume. Masavichi has harbored a strong dislike for both his father and mascot costumes ever since the old man showed up at school on Parents' Day one year dressed in his inevitable rabbit suit. Nonetheless, the son has acquiesced to his father's wishes, and someday will inherit the family business. Oh, that's odd. The rental guy tilts his head. What's the matter? Yamagashita asks nervously. Yeah, this is a no-go. The rental guy pokes his fingers at the back of my suit. It's here, zipper? It's all jammed up. It's gonna take a long time to get this thing off. What the hell? Mr. Yanagashita clutches the side of his head. The rental guy tries tugging at the costume from various angles, hoping to free up the zipper, but like he said, no use. The rental guy's eyes widened at the sudden sound of cat mewling. Was that you? He looked at me confused. Did you hear a cat meowing? Yes. Was it you? No, not me. I'm as surprised as he is. Must be hearing things. Mr. Yanagashita and Chiri didn't seem to have heard anything. Bah! Yanagashita is fuming. Just my luck! Finally a cute model and the crowd's never going to see her! Hey, boss, Chiri says. The customers are going to leave if you keep them waiting much longer. What do we do? Want me to go out there and do some more impressions? Chiriko's repertoire of impressions. A sea lion yawning, a harbor seal hailing a cab, a walrus reading sutras, a fur seal who can't reach the itchy spot on his back, a Stellar's sea lion taking a nap. Why? No, we don't have any choice. Tama, you're just gonna have to go out there dressed like that. Are you sure? I asked. If those people go home, we're done for, he exclaims. Just get out there and get started. I'm counting on you two. Ah, shit. Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. Chiri and I spring into action on stage.
But now, I'm proud to introduce you to the worldwide sensation that is Burning Hammer! The latest product from the West that has taken the diet world by storm! Every seat in the house is packed. That means there's about 40 people here. We only need to sell 5 bottles to each customer in order to sell out. I'm hit with a sudden jolt of motivation.
Allow us to explain just how this revolutionary new diet drink works its magic, Cheery begins. The plan is for me to describe how the drink works, and then Cheery will demonstrate it with a taste test. All eyes are fixed on us. I begin. For the first time in human history, you can drink a single bottle and lose a whole kilogram. Just drink and burn that excess weight away. Astonished gasps rise up from the crowd. Just take a look at this marvelous red liquid. Even looking at it makes you feel like you're shedding weight, right? Here's how Burning Hammer works. It activates the What? The primary spice component of chili peppers. Let it be known that I'm not smart, but I'm somehow in college. Caps? My brain hurts too much. I'm not going to be able to read that. The primary spice component of chili peppers, said to be effective for improving blood flow and stimulating the burning of fat. Because it is a severe skin and eye irritant, it is also an ingredient in some forms of pepper spray for personal defense. It activates that found in chili peppers. I pause to take a deep breath before continuing. And, rapidly breaks down the triglycerides responsible for causing obesity. Though the term is frequently used in recent years to simply refer to the state of being overweight, obesity in the clinical sense is a medical condition involving interrelated health issues, including excess body fat, hyperlipidemia, and hyperglycemia. Individuals suffering from obesity are at a high risk of complications such as coronary heart disease, diabetes, and sleep apnea. Again, the crowd hums with excitement. This response is better than I could have hoped. We're off to a terrific start. And now, this young lady here will demonstrate Burning Hammer's effects before your very eyes. Cheery steps into the spotlight. Just wait till you see how much she sweats. Proof that the fat is being burned right there on the spot. Cheery holds a bottle of Burning Hammer up high. Cheers, she says. As she opens the bottle, however, one of the women in the front row speaks up. Hold on. She's already sweating pretty hard. She's right. Cheery's drenched in sweat from head to toe. Another woman chimes in suspicious. Allah, that juice drinking from earlier, that was all just to make her sweat like that, weren't it? All of a sudden, the crowd is in an uproar. No, not at all. Drinking Burning Hammer makes you sweat way more than this. I rush to towel off Cheery's sweat for her. Go on, hurry up, drink it down. Cheery's face screws up unpleasantly as she gulps down the bottle. And the sweat doesn't come. Gah, why isn't it working? I exclaim, the audience momentarily forgotten. Guess I've already sweated out too much, Cheery replies unfazed. Well, why were you sweating so much? Look, you were taking forever at that 100 yen shop. The crowd shifts from uproar into riot. Did she just say 100 yen shop? Scowling customers begin to close in. No, that's not it. You've got it all wrong. Please just listen. Oh, we can see what's going on here. The situation has gotten out of control. Look, this product is so valuable that 100 yen is about the only way we can get it. Uh-oh. I think I just put my foot in it. The customers glare at me, their eyes bright with rage. Haha, kidding. That was a joke. Just gotta play this off smooth. I mean, seriously, there's no way you'd find something this high quality in a 100 yen shop. Sweat is streaming down my brow. Really now, says one woman in the crowd. How about we find out? She takes out her cell phone. I know someone who runs one of those stores. Wait, let's not be hasty now. Why, what's wrong? Oh, it's just... You don't need to go out of your way like that. You said you were joking, didn't you?
So it shouldn't matter if I make the call, right? Well, ahem, ahem. I slip into a nervous coughing fit. I'm absolutely sweating bullets inside my cat costume now. Tama! Shouts Yanagashita as he rushes out of the break room. What the heck are you doing? Abort! Abort! He howls. If you let those people know the truth about their stuff, they'll never buy it! Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Shiri doesn't hesitate to point the finger at him, her stare furious. Whoops. Realizing that he just blurted out, Mr. Yanagashita is aghast. Now there really is no saving this. The customers descend upon Mr. Yanagashita, their wrath a terror to behold. So then it is true! What the hell are you trying to pull? I can't believe you tried to sell this crap for these prices. Ah! The throng goes home the attack. Help! Shiri and I force our way through the angry mob, hoping to find some way to calm these people down. Cursing and profanity fill the air. The shouts are accompanied by merciless, open-handed slaps. I get all jostled and tumbled about. My mascot costume takes a bad beating. Finally, the storm passes. It's over. It's all over, Mr. Yanagashita wails to the empty room. So, boss? About getting paid? Even Shiri seems hesitant to ask. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Obviously. Yanagashita doesn't so much as look up, his shoulders slump further in defeat. I'll take payment in kind, then, Shiri says. Mind if I take this burning hammer home with me? Sure, Yanagashita says lifelessly. Go right ahead. Alright, I'll be off then. Later, Tama. Shiri picks up the cardboard boxes and heads out. Sir? It's the man from the rental place. I believe you still owe me for the costume rentals. Oh, right. How much was it again? Mr. Yanagashita rummages in his pockets. Well, given the severe damage, I'm afraid I'll have to add the full cost of the cat costume to your bill. Your total comes to 200,000 yen. Was that 200 yen? No, sir, 200,000. Sorry, I can't hear you at all. I think I might have ruptured my eardrum. 200 yen, sir. Okay. Yanagashita takes all the cash he has out of his wallet and holds it out reluctantly. That's only 20,000, sir. The rental guy furrows his brow. I'm afraid that won't cover it. I understand that, but I don't got no more than this. Don't got no more? Sir, please, you're not a child. Give me a discount. Make it 20,000. Instead of the 200 you owe? You know I can't do that, sir. But Mr. Yanagashita refuses to back down. Ah, that's right. Insurance. I got insurance in the event the suit wound up damaged. No, you didn't. No, I did. You did not, sir. No, I did! Then where's your paperwork to prove it? Yanagashita calmly claps a hand to his chest. Right here. The paperwork is here inside my heart. The rental guy clutches the side of his head in exasperation. And believe me, I feel his pain. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to leave this to my boss. Shigemichi Fukuma, president and owner of the Far East Costume Rentals. Notable for the fact that he is usually wearing his favorite rabbit costume. To Shigemichi, his costumes are like his children. If he were to hear that one of his suits had been ruined, he would probably never forgive Yanagashita, adding to the man's already considerable list of enemies. Turning his back on the ruins of the sales demo, he slumps his way out of the room.
Now it's just me and Mr. Yanagashita. Please try not to let it get you down so much, sir, I say, as cheerfully as I can muster. He's already down on the floor, a sobbing mess. You wouldn't know what it's like to feel so utterly hopeless. I think I might have an idea, sir. In fact, I'm sure of it. At this point, there's nothing more I can possibly do. He slumps forward, trembling like a willow tree. Things will turn around soon enough, I'm sure. You don't know me like I know me, he says. There's not going to be any turnaround. Not after this. Okay, now this little pity party is starting to piss me off. You know, if you think that you're the only person who's had a run of bad luck, you are dead wrong. I wind up shouting the words louder than I intended. Mr. Yanagashita whips his head back up. Yikes. Where'd that come from? I need to tell you something. My pent-up emotions come surging to the surface. I have amnesia. Yanagashita's eyes go wide. What? I can't remember anything before this morning. In short, amnesia. Amnesia can have a variety of causes. Psychogenic amnesia is caused by stress or psychological trauma, whereas in endogenous amnesia, a powerful blow to the head causes physical trauma to the brain. In the latter case, memories and other normal functions frequently return once the cranial nerves recover. My name, how old I am, where I live, any of it. I would much rather be in your shoes, sir. Mr. Yanagashita looks at me with a hint of disbelief. So where'd you get the name Tama, then? I thought of it when I saw the Tamagoyaki in those lunchboxes. Aha! Tamagoyaki Tama, I get it. He claps himself on the thighs as if he'd had some big eureka moment. But wait, how come you lost all your memories? Well, I don't know for certain, obviously. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I took a hard blow to the head. When I came to, I was inside of a storehouse with a massive headache. A storehouse? A surge of vertigo washes over me as I recall waking up in a strange dim place. Yeah, I just gotten out of there when you flagged me down, sir. Huh? Really? So is it pretty unnerving, then, not knowing who you are? He sounds like he's taking me seriously now. Yeah, it sure is. But it's not going to do me any good to just fret over it. And besides, I've got a clue. What sort of clue? There's a necklace I saw at a knick-knack shop. The same place I found the burning hammer. Somehow I know that it's important to me. And so you took this job so you could afford to buy it? I nod. Of course. Now that the job has ended in a total bust, I've lost my shot at getting it. Okay then, Mr. Yanagashita recovers his shoes and yanks out the insult. This here really is the last of my money. He pulls out 20,000 yen, adds it to the other 20,000 from his wallet, and thrusts it all towards me. Here you go, he says. That includes the reimbursement for the burning hammer you picked up. I pluck up two of the 10,000 yen bills between my fingertips. I actually didn't have to pay for it, so the 20,000 we agreed upon is fine. But how about you, sir? Are you going to be okay? Like, after all this? Compared to your misfortunes, mine are nothing. They might send me up the creek without a paddle, but I'll bounce back somehow, I'm sure of it. And then, clutching his fist, Mr. Yanagashita gets a far-off look in his eye. And then one more time, I'm going to see a bride fight! My jaw nearly drops. Bride like the martial arts pub? Wait, you know about Bride? Man, I spent so much money at that place. Wow, it is a small world. Especially that Miku. I wonder how much she has made me spend. Miku, huh?
I'm pretty sure I just accidentally forced her into retirement, but I decide to keep quiet on that front. He nods. To be honest, the reason I borrowed all the money was to pay my tabs at that place. I had to borrow from some pretty shady sources too. I can't help but suspect this poor guy got a real raw deal. Why don't you take that mascot costume with you? Huh? I mean, I don't really need it. No, I insist. Take it with my blessing. Sure. I'll be on my way then.
Out in the hallway, I passed by the man I'd recognized earlier. The one I'd noticed earlier, the one I didn't recognize. Odd, the sales demo's over. I wonder why he's still here. I gave him a faint nod, and he nods back before slipping into the demo room. I should keep my fingers crossed for the guy. At least I'm back outside of the building. I feel bad about not returning the catsuit to the man from the rental place. Still, I can't just walk around town wearing this thing. I'll stick out like a sore thumb. I figure it's best to just leave it behind. And then, it dawns on me. Hold on! I still can't get this thing off! It's time I skin this cat.
I need to get rid of this costume, whatever it takes. This is probably a bad ending.
It's time I skinned this cat. The exact origin of the phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat, is uncertain, and a matter of some dispute, though it appears to have arisen in the latter portion of the 19th century. It's hard to imagine why anyone would conjure up such a gruesome mental image.
I need to get rid of this costume, whatever it takes. I take hold of the head in both hands and yank it upwards as hard as I can. Oh, please tell me this. I'm not just imagining things.
The head feels a whole lot looser than it did before. If I give it a few good push, then maybe... It comes off!
I did it. I slipped out of the rest of the cat costume and gleefully abandoned it as I head for the knick-knack shop.
Oh! Oh no, that's progress! Oh shit. In that case, then keeping on the cat costume might be a bad ending. Does that mean we can finally see who Tama is?
Guess it's cat staying in the bag.
A popular folk entomology asserts that the expression, let the cat out of the bag, comes with the unscrupulous practices of certain farmers, who would sell a pig at market only to deceive the buyer by scrupulously swapping out the purchased porker for a cat. The likelihood of anyone mistaking a cat, even one inside a bag, for a pig is, however, extremely low, let alone the likelihood that enough people would fall for such a scheme to warrant a phrase referring to it entering the language. I think I'll head to the knick-knack shop as is. Oh, are they both keep-outs?
Oh, huh.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I have a bunch of jump points. Alright, this is probably going to lead me to a bad ending. Let's do rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. The girls go slack-jawed in surprise. Yeah! And if I win, you have to let me have those diet drinks. Rock, paper, scissors? Sure, whatever. Okay, I accept. Here we go! I ready my fist. 1, 2, 3, shoot! I've lost. We're doing best out of 3, right? What? 1, 2, 3, shoot! I lose again. And I even tried to change it up by throwing paper twice in a row. So yeah, we're doing first to 3, right? Huh? Yet again, I lose. My reverse psychology is backfired. Okay, now that we're done warming up, is this real? Sure. They just play rock, paper, scissors for all of eternity. This goes on for a good 30 minutes. We've thrown more times than I can even count, and I haven't won once. Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology. Even reverse psychology. She sees through me every time. I'm terrible at this. Beyond terrible. How? How can someone be this bad at rock, paper, scissors? Oh, I keep going until I win at least once, but the girl is clearly pretty fed up. This sucks. But I've reached my limit. Time's up. Right around now, there's someone else who's been told that his time is up, and he's in quite a predicament. Yes, it's Junichi Yanagashita. The ruthless ultimatum was issued by none other than Minoru Minorikawa. Well, thanks for humoring me for so long. Guess those drinks are all yours. I shuffled off, my shoulders slumped in dismay. On shaky legs, I make my way back to the Nokane building. I'm half tempted to just abandon the whole burning hammer disaster, but I know I'd feel guilty afterwards. Besides, after all the effort I put into this, I'd at least like to get paid something. I'm back, I call out casually as I open the door. When I see what's inside, I feel like I've been smacked in the head with a mallet. Demo room is completely totaled. Torn flyers are scattered all around. Most of the chairs have been knocked over. Someone obviously trashed the place. Who the heck did this? I thought I was alone, but then I spot someone lying in the corner. It's some guy I don't recognize. The man grows pitifully. What's going on? I ask. What happened here? I go over to the guy and shake him gently on one shoulder. Has death come for me at last, then? His voice is a mere murmur. If you're here to finish me off, then you're welcome to try. But only if you beat me in a challenge. Fair and square. Huh? I'm not sure what he's on about, but my competitive streak is too strong to let me ignore what I just heard. A challenge? A challenge, you say? That's right. I challenge you. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors again. If you beat me, then I am yours. Do with as you please. All the vexation I felt earlier when I lost to the girl in the knick-knack shop stirs within me again. I feel like a kettle boiling over. At this point, I don't even care who my opponent is. I need to slay the nagging disappointment inside of me. Alright then, I accept your challenge. I hold out my fist. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot! I throw paper, and the man throws scissors. I've lost. I guess I really am just no good at rock, paper, scissors. Or maybe I should say, I'm really good at losing at it. I had thought my earlier loss must have been some weird fluke, but apparently it wasn't after all. Bad end. Rochambeau. Thanks to the epic rock, paper, scissors losing streak, Tama wasn't able to get any burning hammer. Maybe that was to be expected, seeing as she's only ever throws paper. She'd probably be better with some other form of challenge. I can't believe this is an actual fucking bad ending. Alright. That goes really far down. Oh yeah, she was playing for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna do the jump. Because this is probably mini core.
Minorikawa. This is probably Minorikawa's bad end as well. It's probably...
Let's go. Time's up! Minorikawa had enough. You gather up customers for a product that doesn't even exist, then try to sell them something else? It's a classic con! You've got me all wrong! I am selling Burning Hammer, I swear! Liar! I bet you're even planning on trying to hustle the props for those little magic tricks. What? No, I'm not! You've gotta believe me!
Oh yeah? Minorikawa sneered. Then just where is the Burning Hammer of yours, huh? Go on, tell me! He grabbed Yanagashita by the collar. Hey now, easy there, sir! Tell me! Please just let me go! I said, tell me! I'm a pacifist, Yanagashita cried. You're a what now? Minorikawa scowled. You're a pacifist! I demand 3 million yen in reparations! Yanagashita shook free of Minorikawa's grasp, then shoved a hand in his face for a change. Reparations? Minorikawa faltered, baffled by this unexpected counterattack. Yeah, pay up, Yanagashita demanded. 3 million yen in reparations? He seemed to have forgotten his customers entirely in his fury. Don't be absurd! Now I know you're a journalist, muck-rock breaker. Only a journalist would stoop so low. Hey everyone, look here! This man just assaulted me! Huh, wait, hold on, I was just... right here, folks! Now everyone can bear witness to the true face of the media! It's people like this guy who go around besmirching fine, upstanding citizens with trumped-up hogwash. Hey, wait a minute there. You're the one who's trying to sell a product that doesn't even exist. Ah! What? Yanagashita broke into a sudden fit of wailing. Minorikawa turned to look at the approaching crowd, its members glaring at him with accusation. Ladies, Yanagashita begged, his voice interspersed with sobs. I am so sorry. I had this amazing diet aid that I was planning to offer to you all at a reasonable price. But it turns out I won't be able to sell it after all. This man is going to write a piece about how my product is bogus. My company's reputation is going to take a huge hit. And because of that, I won't even have a product to sell you. And it's all going to be his fault. As he choked out his words, Yanagashita dropped to his knees in defeat. That's when the riot started.
Minorikawa wasn't sure exactly when he blacked out. When he came to, he was sprawled out on the floor. Craning his neck to look around, he saw no sign of Yanagashita or his customers. Only tattered flyers and busted chairs strewn about the room. There was a ringing in his ears. The back of his head throbbed painfully. His arms felt too heavy to lift. It was like his entire body had been transformed into a lump of cement. Finally, he remembered. After Yanagashita's little act, the crowd had descended on Minorikawa from all sides in a frenzied free-for-all. Against an angry mob that size, he hadn't stood a chance. They had worked him over until he was black and blue. In the midst of the fracas, while the customers were distracted, he caught sight of Yanagashita sneaking out of the room. Clearly the man was no stranger to worming his way out of sticky predicaments. Now, as he tried to piece together what had happened next, a mysterious figure loomed into his blurry vision. It sported pointy ears atop its enormous head, along with a big, broad mouth. Whatever it wasn't human. Has death come for me at last, then? A smile of delight crossed Death's face. No doubt he had indeed come to eject Minorikawa from his mortal coil. If you're here to finish me off, then you're welcome to try, Minorikawa growled. But only if you beat me in a challenge fair and square. Minorikawa had never been one to give up easily. Even now he refused to go down without a fight. A challenge, you say? Asked Death. Still the bright grin on his face remained. That's right. I challenge you. That was all well and good, but Minorikawa's strength was gone. At best, he was only able to move one hand. Rock, paper, scissors, Minorikawa said. In his current state, that was all he was capable of. Nonetheless, it counted as a challenge. If you beat me, he went on, then I am yours to do with as you please. For a while, Death was silent, and then he nodded deeply. All right, then. I accept your challenge. And so Minorikawa and Death held out their hands. Minorikawa tried to throw a rock, but with several of his fingers broken, he couldn't quite curl them into a proper fist. Death, on the other hand, threw paper. I've lost! All at once, Minorikawa's last remaining energy drained from his body. The rampage. A simple complaint about the demo's delayed start turned into an argument with Mr. Yanagashita and ultimately into an all-out melee. If only there'd been some burning hammer around, this might never have happened. There must be something Tama can do about this. The smart money's on her. Holy shit. This fucking game. I gotta see how the rhythm ending goes, and then I'll probably just end the episode there. And by challenge, I naturally mean let's play a rhyming game. I thought it said rhythm game. Rhyming game. Huh? The girl says. She seems a little put off by the suggestion. Yeah, I say, and if I win, you have to let me have all of these. Rhyming game, huh? Really? Okay then. Really? Silly. Okay then. Listen. Listen. I'm a martial artist. Artist? That's a tough one. Smartest. Glow. No. What I'm saying is I'm a fighter. Okay, fighter shouldn't be too hard. I can do this. Just have to not panic. Let's see. Writer. Aha! Okay. Scissors. What do you mean, scissors? No! Wait, what the heck is going on? Crap, nothing rhymes with scissors. That's an illegal move. I drop into a fighting stance. Okay then, shall we fight? The girl grins back at me. Now you're talking. The name's Miku, by the way. Challenge accepted. Oh my goodness. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I love it. I love this game. Crap. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there because it's been a decent chunk of time. So thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far. Stick around, because there's a lot more to come.